Something else that's been brewing in my head here the last week or so. I actually tweeted about it, and that is the narrative that the hobby is crashing. And that part, it really irks me because there's some pretty big voices out there that keep declaring this. And I hate to get into the whole negativity and positivity thing. It's like, come on. But it gets to the point where it gets to you, right? At least it is for me. I think this happens for several reasons. And I think, first of all, I think content creators at times they overextend themselves, right? They commit to making 3 to 5 videos a week. And so what they're doing is they're always looking for inspiration. They're always looking for a topic. They're always looking for a current trend. And let's just say one content creator comes out with a topic. Let's just call it the hobby is crashing. Well, other content creators are inspired by the topic. They start looking at the amount of views that they got. They start looking at the amount of activity in the comments, and they get the idea, hey, I'm going to talk about the same topic too. And so then this narrative starts making its rounds across several content creators. And I get so tired of hearing that narrative because when I go to card shows, I'm not seeing that the hobby that the prices are dropping, that the hobby is dying, that, I don't see it. I see tons of people. I see excitement when I go to a card show. When I look at my eBay store, I'm selling cards on eBay every single day. Some weekends, I have a nice healthy stack going on the mailbox on Monday morning. The hobby is not dying. The prices are going down on some high-end key cards. That's what's actually happened. Those are the facts. High-end key cards, rarity, right? Scarcity, those are going down. But here's the thing. They shouldn't have been that high to begin with. So, in my opinion, card prices are not tanking. Card prices are going back to normal. I think it's a mistake to say, hey, that 2019 to 2022, we shouldn't even consider that. That shouldn't even be part of the equation. We should just omit those sale prices out of the equation. Well, I disagree with that too, because it is what it is, and prices spiked for whatever reason, market manipulation or fever pitch of buying cards, right? The reality is that did happen, and it's okay. They were here, they went up, and they came back down, and that's okay. Moreover, let me explain it this way, and I don't want to get too deep here, but sometimes I have to, because I want you guys to know where I'm coming from. Here's the bigger picture that concerns me, and we have to understand that our words have power. We have to understand that with the power of the tongue, we speak life and death into a situation. If you want to see the hobby crash and dive and be dead, keep talking negatively about it. And it's not a negativity and positivity thing. It is it's a spiritual issue. It's our words, the weight of our words have power. You ever said something really offensive to a child, and you just see that child's spirit just like deflate? Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. the weight of our words will destroy this hobby. Now, I understand we cannot dig a hole and stick our heads in the sand. I understand that. And I've talked about this so many times before, but I want us to understand, man, the implications, the consequences in our words. Instead, we should speak life. It's all in how you look at things. Choose to see the positive. It's easy to see the negative. I'll share something with you very personal. Very early on in my marriage, I've been married to my wife now for quite some time, but very early on in our marriage, I had a real critical spirit. And here's what began to happen. She can do 10 things and do 9 of them perfectly and do one thing wrong. And I would attack that one thing that she did wrong. I was that perfectionist, that negative Nancy, or negative Nelson, let's just call it, and would always focus on the negative. Eventually, you could see my wife, her demeanor was just not good. Until I had a friend of mine noticed my negative tone towards my wife. And he schooled me on a few things. And I saw where he was coming from. He's a lot older, a lot wiser than I was. And I took that to heart. And I said, man, you know what? He's right. And so I began talking life into my wife. I began to encourage her. I began to see the good things that she was doing for me and for the family. And that one thing that she was doing wrong, I says, hey, hun, let me help you with that. And instead of tearing her down, I was building her up. And that's the same concept we need to take with the hobby. Instead of tearing it down, let's lift it up. Let's stop looking for the bad and start looking for the good. Let's address the bad, right? Let's not ignore it, but let's not belabor it either. So the narrative of the hobby is dead. It's totally up to us. That's going to be it for this episode. I thank you all for tuning in. Please consider subscribing, following the podcast, subscribing to the YouTube channel, reading the articles on Hobby News Daily, checking us out on Hobby Hotline. And thank you for your time and consideration. Hopefully, I'll see you at the National. Let's plan, let's prepare. Hope to shake your hand and see you there. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.